What is happening, fishers? Dean here from Untraceable Fishing, here today with Don from Bullmoria Fishing Tackle, and welcome to Tackle Tuesday. So today on Tackle Tuesday, I see a beautiful spread of clone lures on the table. Don, what can you tell us about clone lures?
Yeah, clone lures, for anyone who's particularly in the Eastern Cape area, from Port Elizabeth side and East London, they've been steadily getting more popular over the years.
Correct.
And if you glance at their Facebook page, you'll see some really good catches.
Yeah.
They seem to account for the larger cob, larger garrick, larger shad.
Yeah, catching a big variety of species on these lures, eh?
They do, and for some reason, there's a bigger fish, eh?
Yeah.
They're not necessarily catching maybe shad in these, you're catching proper shad.
The decent shad, yeah.
The recent shad comp we had?
Yeah, what, 68 centimeters?
Yeah, the biggest shad caught in the country on lure came out on a clone lure, like in the first couple of hours.
Correct.
And it's pretty
I
quick.
think the second catch that came through.
Yeah, no, it was a good fish, eh? So just to give you like a brief history of where clone is, they started off with the 14 centimeter clone. Have a look at that. Nice lure. They were available in 1, 2, and 3 ounce.
Correct.
I've thrown the 2 ounce quite a lot. I haven't found cob on them, but I've been looking for cob on them. They throw beautifully, guys. This is the kind of lure you're popping 80 to 100 meters without too much effort.
Yeah.
And what's quite cool is, like, I used a 2, and you can scale it down to like an 8, 9 foot rod. So you don't have a mega heavy rod to throw it, but it casts it far. Very decent.
Okay.
And what's super cool about them is that you can fish them fast on top.
You can rip them along the top.
You can literally give it a whip.
Okay.
So it's got like a strong, or you can literally drag it in the sand at the bottom slowly, or something in between where you flicking it up and dropping, which is actually what I normally try to do.
So it's not just a surface lure.
It's not just a surface lure.
All your water columns.
It's a sinking lure. It sinks pretty fast. As it sinks, it's got a bit of a waggle.
Okay.
And that seems to attract the fish pretty well. So good lures, but if you look at the packaging in that year, the lures have changed in the last couple of years. These were massively popular. We've been stocked them for a couple of years now, and they've certainly taken off, guys. Yeah. They're one of a, and I think for a number of reasons. Number one, what I like about them, locally made. The new owner took over ownership about a year back, and everything's like custom sprayed as well.
Yeah, some of the new ones are absolutely stunning.
Stunning. They work so hard to some degree. But what I like about them is they're durable.
They're very hard. I've noticed that.
It's the kind of thing you could bash over the rocks and the reefs and that kind of thing.
One or two bad casts and hits a rock.
You put it up on the pier and it goes clunk, and it still looks good.
Not affecting the action of the lure afterwards.
Full through wire, so it's not going to get torn apart by a monster fish if you ever hook into it. And they're rigged with a single quality good hook. So nicely rigged, nicely durable. And the traditional range was good. Caught a lot of fish. Yeah. But as in all things fishing mad, the guys have progressed the product.
Stepped up their game.
So
I see there's
quite a spread,
I see they brought a smaller version out.
Yeah, that's called the mini clone. The bigger boys here are 14 centimeters. Those are 9 centimeters long.
Okay.
The 9 centimeter, what do you think?
I like that. I should say, because we got some at home, obviously Andrew and myself, that we've been fishing with, and I prefer the 9 centimeter. Our lures, I'm not a fan of just throwing the biggest lure. I find that I can the 9 centimeter I can work a bit better, and it's a bit lighter.
And I think sometimes your target species in the rivers and for things like shad and that,
the 9 centimeter is a bit better.
If your target mullet is 9 centimeter, it's nice to kind of match the hatch.
Match it correct.
And what's quite nice to do like a 1 and a 1.5 ounce.
Yeah.
And apparently 2 ounces on the way.
Oh, awesome.
And the little 2 ounce should gooi a mile.
Yeah, that'll go.
Small lure, heavy, it's going to travel. So compared to the paddle tail boys, these things you can cover banks and outer drops you wouldn't normally reach. Yeah, I think that's one of the main attractions. And the fact is you can work them at different retrieve rates, as you mentioned. What they've also developed in the new ones now, besides stunning array of colors, they've got some incredible colors.
I think I'm actually going to pop one out while you're talking there.
Yeah, no, let me pop one out as well.
I've got the same colors you, so you might as well pop yours out.
No, let me pop a different color out.
You grab that one. There we go. Sorry, guys, we're fighting over.
Yeah.
We're so excited about the color.
We've got a red head here as well, which is always the favorite. Okay.
Have a look at there we go, guys. It's absolutely, it looks like they're airbrushed.
Looks like we got the blues here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so the new range looks identical, but got a little more gill detail work. They've improved the quality of the eyes. In particular, there were 1 or 2 early generation
it's got a nice sunken eye into it.
Yeah,
quite realistic.
And they've changed where the weight bias is. So instead of just being in the belly, It's shuffled a little bit further back.
Yeah, give it a bit of action.
Better action, also going to
better
improve your casting distance as well. And certainly you've got a little more wobble to them.
Yeah.
Stunning lure. Really stunning. I see they've got a bottom hook rig as well. Most of us just fish a single hook on them.
Yeah, but just in case you want to double up, you can.
Yeah, very versatile. The guys down the Cape, particularly P and west of that, they're often using these for yellowtails for boats.
Yeah, okay.
So you can troll them behind the boats. If you see a shoal of bonnies or something like that, they're a good deep sea lure as well. The guys find like the 2-3 ounce sinks nice and quickly.
Yeah. And
you can certainly work it very well in that kind of action. So probably one I think most lure anglers should definitely have a few in their tackle box.
I know, 100%.
Very
they're
much so.
Not crazily priced either.
Yeah, they all I think sub 130 bucks. They're not like crazy expensive. There's some amazing lures out there. When you look at like 300-400 rand a lure, it starts getting a bit heavier.
No, very heavy.
Put it this way, you limit your color choices in that then instead of being as versatile.
Yeah, especially if you're throwing off the bricks and things like it, you start losing a couple of lures, it gets very costly on the pocket quickly.
I was chatting to one of our customers the other day. He's been testing these out as well, and he was using a plain blue one, like a sky blue one a little while ago. You know what he caught?
No clue.
Black steam rust, about 3-4 kilo.
On a clone?
On a clone.
Nice, well done, guy.
So it kind of shows that these things imitate a dying bait fish very well. So there's pretty much anything you can catch on them, I think, because things like rock hard and that should have come onto them.
No, they definitely grab it.
So versatile lure. They are sinking though, guys. Don't think this is a top water lure anyway. Even if you're whipping it along, it's 6 inches to a foot below the surface. It's not right on top. Where do I target this though? Is this like, I've been fishing gutters with mine and outer banks. I must admit, cob, the KZ and Oaks are caning the cob at the moment with the sardine run.
Great, there's some beautiful fish coming out there.
I've been scarce this year, hey?
No, we have fish have been scarce this year. I'm
looking forward to Cobtober coming around.
There better be cob.
Because my summer cob this year was very disappointing.
No, I also had not my greatest year.
I normally get a lot of good summer cob. Particularly, you put the hours in at night and lure casting. I normally find them as well. They have been scarce. Maybe it's all the floods you've had lately. It's a lot of east wind we've had lately as well. So conditions haven't been perfect for them.
But it's going to be better this year. Let's be positive.
So that kind of thing, river mouths, open surf, ideal.
Yeah. The sandbanks.
The smaller one on your points and that kind of thing, more closer in.
Yeah.
Your rivers and that, ideal as well, guys. What's cool about it is you can cover a long distance in a river.
Yeah.
You can stand on one spot and cover the channel there, the sandbank there.
Yeah, our rivers in the Eastern Cape, you can pretty much cover across the river with that one.
You can fish a fan quite a lot.
Unless you go down to the Breeder, then you might need 3 casts.
But what about which sizes and weights do we choose here? Let's talk about the big ones first.
Okay, the big ones. So we've got the 11 centimeter.
14 centimeter.
14 centimeter. My apologies, guys. The 14
Can't
centimeter.
steal that in,
No. 14 centimeter. So that is available in what weights, Don?
1, 2, and 3 ounce, 1.5 as well.
Okay, so it's got fair range. So in my choice, guys, I'd like to start off as light as possible if the conditions allow it. Yeah. So a 1.5 ounce. I think a 1.5 in that size, I'd probably be my starting size.
The guy said the 1.5 certainly, as far as the dance and the wiggle goes, the action's the best. But that's only really in calm conditions.
Yeah.
It's when there's not much wind blowing, there's no current. If I'm throwing into the surf, it's a calm surf.
Yeah, it's not rolling
There's not 4-6 foot waves coming through. So, because that would just tumble the lure.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have any action then. So, there are reasons to go heavier.
Yeah. And obviously, if you're throwing into quite a heavy wind, guys, you obviously want to step up the weight of your lure to get a bit more distance.
Yeah, for sure. And reaching for the specs which are not there. That's why I enjoy a 2 ounce. It's a good compromise
between the two.
But a lot of guys are going for a 3 ounce. They'll cast further into the wind.
What, they're fishing deeper water?
It's deeper water, drop you through the current. If you're like deep sea and you want to drop through the current column, you can get there. And just literally water depth, I think, is a large, as you said, deeper water. And it's the kind of thing in really rough surf, 6 foot waves and that, you can still get it to the bottom.
Yeah.
So I can still do a slow drag. It's not going to just be tumbling along. So it's almost like a sinker concept. And but don't just throw the heavy. I think the light has definitely got its place. So have a spread of them.
Selection of them,
And then what about the baby clones, little 9 centimeter boys?
So these guys come in a 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce, and as Don mentioned earlier, soon to be a 2 ounce.
Yeah, 2 ounce on the way.
Yeah. So also, I always start light and go.
Absolutely.
That's the way I do it.
I think that size in particular, 1 ounce will dance.
I think this is 1 ounce and this is beautiful.
But the temptation of a 2 ounce in a very compact lure like that is a little cast a mile.
I know. If you're in the casting competition, you'll win.
Yeah, you're talking pushing 80, 100 meter casts on these things, which is the cool thing about them. It actually, what separates them from the paddle tails and the Rapalas of this world because you're pushing max distance. So certainly very good.
And the nice thing about the lighter ones, you can get away with a lot lighter setup as well.
Yeah, for sure. We haven't really spoken about setup, but on the heavier stuff, I'm tending to throw 30 pound.
Yeah.
I know most of us drop shot guys 30 pound
Is the way to go.
And about a 6,000 size reel odd.
11 or 12 foot, 10 to 12 foot rod.
Depends. I use a shorter one, but it's quite a heavy.
Yeah.
But I've optimized for a 2 ounce type weight on my setup.
Okay.
But I want to be able to handle like a big Leary or maybe even a yellowtail.
Something with a bit of backbone.
So I need 30 pounds to give him a bit of crank.
Yeah.
Which is ideal for that larger size, but it wouldn't necessarily be ideal for the smaller size. I can cast them, but I think a 20 pound setup on that lighter certainly the way to go.
Quite fully on. 5,000 size reel.
Yeah, 5,000 size reel, cast all day. What did you mention you like using for that?
A little Amir 9 foot. One of the old Assassin Amir 9 foots for that is for me, it's perfect for that.
Yeah, I've got an Assassin Jewel. It's a 8 foot medium. And I close up to a 2 ounce, but it's quite a strong rod.
Yeah,
it doesn't cast a mile, but I can pretty much haul anything on it.
Yeah.
I think is and I vary between the ultralight and the heavier.
Okay.
What I quite like is sometimes one rod will tick both boxes.
Yeah.
I could drop down to a 15 pound braid on the reel setup and then a 30 pound
braid on the other.
I've even used a 10,000 size reel on that thing.
And it's fun.
And I feel quite comfortable on it, so quite nice to have a rod that you can do that. You can go with your 11, 12 foot, like your Amirs and your Archipelagos here. You're still going to get the distance in that. Gets a bit tiring working them, I think. I think we spoke last time about
the rod length makes a difference if your wrist to wrist action.
There's no wrist action. And these you can just slowly wind them. Yeah. But to really work them the best, you need to give them a bit of a dance, I think, is the whole idea. And certainly locally developed. The spraying you see is customized, done. Every lure is hand sprayed. They're up on a drying rack.
I've seen some of the videos come through. It's absolutely unbelievable.
It's an amazing product. And color development's coming out all the time. The new colors being developed, and that's almost too many. But I think you'll definitely find something in the range that'll suit you. So just from a local product that's really good, really durable, really affordable, I'm happy to give Clone a
5 out of 5
rating.
Yeah, if there was a 6, I'd give them a 6. We'll give them a 5. That's what we cut off.
My why on that is they catch big fish.
Yeah. And the proof's in the pudding.
I don't know why, they just catch big fish. The big cobbies, the 20 kilo cobbies, the 5 kg shad
are coming out on the clones.
10 kg Leary, this is the baby. So make sure you've got a couple of clones in your bag.
So as I say, guys, throw clone or go home.
Yeah.
That's their slogan.
Throw a clone or go home. And what's the other thing you see on the end of the box here?
I see a little box that came out off the shelf. Daiichi Seiko. It's a little recycled single shaft. It's a little line spooler, guys.
Line spooler. So basically what's new? Would I ever consider a line spooler? I saw quite a funny video the other day of a guy's girlfriend trying to hold the braid and the spool. And I normally just stick mine in the grass with a screwdriver and...
Yeah, I've got all sorts of tricks between my toes with a pencil, and when you're alone, when you're alone, it's heavy.
And I sometimes go onto a multiplier and set the drag there and come back on as well. That works quite well for me. But it's a lot of schlep, and you can't quite. Something like this is the answer.
No, line spool is definitely. Listen, if I definitely look at something like that. I've had countless issues having to borrow a friend, go call the neighbor.
The only problem if you've got something like that, all your mates are going to come past too.
Oh, that's fine. You can charge them a little fee. You can make your money back.
I think so. Bring a 6-pack every time.
Or something.
Something like that, okay.
Free spool of braid or something.
So yeah, the idea is you can set your tension right. It does the job perfectly.
Okay.
Guys, you don't have to spool braids super tight. Some oaks, they spool up so tight and cheaper reels.
They strip reels.
They strip the gears. I've been there. I'll never do it again. Yeah. But I've been there. And some oaks spool up so loose that they're going wind knots.
Every time.
So that happy medium needs to be found, and spooling is quite important, guys. Braid is a beast of its own if you spool it badly. Badly spooled braid, not a happy fisherman, I think is. So a product worth considering.
Yeah, guys, I definitely consider, especially if you're a guy that's got a couple of reels and you're swapping braid between reels, and when you don't have enough reels and you fishing this braid with 20 pound, the next week you go in some reels, you got to fish 40 pound on that reel.
Some of us do that.
I do that. I do that.
We can't always afford
15 reels.
We can't always afford to buy 700 rand with a DNA braid, which I love, but I can't afford to have it on 4 different reels. So sometimes it shuffles.
No, I do all the time. I'm changing braid up and down.
And also, it's a good way of checking if there's any frays or knots or issues down the line. So, one to consider. If your wife didn't get something like that for Father's Day, maybe Christmas box.
Start hinting now.
Early hint. Send her links. I like.
And a couple of clone lures as a
couple of clone lures as a sweetener as well.
Stocking fillers.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty much a wrap from my side.
That's it, guys. All the products you have seen today, clone lures, the line spooler.
I'm actually gonna hit our short pier at the harbour now.
Straight after this.
Once we do our chit-chat
and we're gonna
and have a sunset session on the load side.
Oh, nice. You're going to time it perfectly.
The water is chills.
Yeah.
It's clear and it's
chilled.
as flat as a pancake.
And it's properly chilled.
But the only way of catching any fish is maybe throwing a lure.
Yeah.
So maybe a shad, maybe a leery, maybe even a tail. You never know.
Good luck, Tom.
So if you don't throw something, you catch nothing.
So anyway, guys, all these products, as I was saying, are available on Paul Moria website.
Now, I'm busy loading some of them, but they just arrived.
Plus a million other products. Go check out their website. Give Paul Moria a follow on Facebook. Otherwise, also check out Untraceable on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, please, guys. It goes a long way. A like. Hit the comments, guys. Yeah. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Until next week, this was Tackle Tuesday.